So we're here with Cristina Riesen, who is General Manager Europe for Evernote. And well, obviously I have a first question to you is what are you doing in Stockholm?
Well, thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. I'm just passing by actually as part of a tour I'm doing in the Nordics, and I was very happy to attend the event today. And Evernote in Europe is growing and growing and growing. We have quite a lot of users here in Sweden, so it's always very inspiring for me to be able to come and get in touch with the users, have their feedback, and listen to their stories.
And some people would say Evernote is an app, but actually it's not an app, it's a lot more than an app. What, in your view, are you doing that is so unique for the users?
You're right, so Evernote is much more than an app. It is, if you want, an augmented intelligence platform, first of all, and it allows you to store and have information in whatever format it may be and get it to you on whatever device you may use, which is absolutely brilliant in terms of making you a smarter person. Plus, we have launched 2 months ago in during our conference in San Francisco, the Evernote conference, a series of physical objects that actually help create this smart environment around you and the knowledge worker in general, so people who are working with their minds. And these objects, as you have probably seen, they are, for example, the scanner from Fujitsu, and then also we have announced a partnership with Posted, and then with Moleskine and Adonit, and these kind of objects push Evernote to the next level. So we are much more than an app, for sure.
And you just told us that growth in Europe is big. Could you tell us a bit more about the user base you have in Europe and how fast it's growing, and in which countries you are having the most success?
We currently have 80 million users worldwide, and we have just celebrated our 5th anniversary. And it's really interesting to see that most of the growth has been organic. So most of our users came to Evernote because they heard from other users that Evernote is great. And we are growing really fast, which is amazing and really incredible to see. In Europe, we have 20% of our user base is in Europe, with more than 500,000 here in Sweden growing every day. So this is really impressive.
And you were as well mentioning new devices, or not new devices, but new material ways of basically using Evernote. Now I'm thinking as well, there are lots of new types of devices coming to the market, for example, glasses and watches and stuff like that. Is it something you're looking into?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Evernote was integrated with Google Glass and also with Samsung Watch, as you have probably seen. So wearables are for sure a trend. It's still at the very beginning, so yes, it's going to need a bit more work to get probably in a couple of years to another whole new level where technology is going to be really coming and fitting your needs. But we are on the good way. So we are at the forefront and working together with great companies in order to create some really smart wearable technology in the future.
And well, you're a young company, but compared to many startups, you're actually quite an established company. How do you manage to keep innovating and to keep your users happy and to keep bringing on, well, new things that will keep them happy in the future and get some more users?
We define ourselves as the 100-year startup, and this is especially important because there is no exit strategy, and then we want to preserve this startup feeling for the rest of, let's say, at least 95 years to come. Being innovative means that we, first of all, have a very strong vision. We want to make the world smarter, and we focus on the product, so making Evernote absolutely great and making Evernote that kind of tool that will help the world become smarter.
Is it in your view something that has helped you to have what you just mentioned, no exit strategy, and have almost completely organic growth? Is it something that has helped you a lot?
Sure, and as a matter of fact, we have built Evernote for ourselves. So it has been not via market research and looking out there what's happening. It's really a bunch of people coming together, trying to come up with something absolutely great and thinking, okay, listen, if we make something great, there's a high chance that millions of people out there will find it great as well. And this is what has happened until now.
Thank you. what's the big plan for the future? Do you have a big secret on how and what you're going to do next?
Well, the biggest room there is in the world is the room for improvement. So there is absolutely no big secret. It's absolutely sure and clear for us that we are working really hard into making Evernote great, and we are working with augmented intelligence and trying to really make sure that we are at the forefront of it. So we focus and we work together with an amazing team, a global amazing team, in order to make it happen.
Can we talk with our notes? Do you see that we could talk with our notes?
Soon enough, but your notes can talk to you. Actually, there is a feature that we have in Evernote where actually you have the possibility to hear your notes talking to you.
But are you looking into basically being able to have not only the text-to-speech, but speech-to-text?
This is part of the process. I think everybody is kind of waiting for this to happen, so we will be looking into that and trying to come up with a smarter solution.
And one last question to you is, obviously everybody knows the phenomenal growth of Evernote, and 80 million users is quite impressive. How financially are you doing, and how do you manage to finance investments in the future of the company?
We've had the 250 million investment round last year, and we were lucky enough to have investors and not to worry about liquidity and health as a company these days. So I think we are doing great, and possibly with all the things that we have launched recently, also with the Evernote Market and Evernote Business, which is very, very important, we will see an important return on revenue as well.
Sorry, that was my last question, but I have one more. You just launched the business side of Evernote, and how much do you believe in that? And do you think that has the potential to transform enterprise working?
We've noticed that 2/3 of our users were using Evernote at work. This is why, as Evernote, we are using Evernote at work. It came as natural to have Evernote Business because you have additional features that allow you to work as a business and collaborate with your team. Now, the idea behind Evernote Business is also that I think the lines between consumer and enterprise will be blurred. So the technology we are using at home, we would expect also to use at home, at work, in the office, right? So being able to easily switch between private and professional notes was very important to us, and this is why if you're an Evernote Business customer, just switching between private and professional is very, very easy. And I think with Evernote Business is also important to notice the fact that more and more people out there, when they are at work, they would like to be more efficient, they would like to be more innovative, more productive, and Evernote Business is bringing all knowledge that is in your team within seconds. Whenever you're doing, let's say you start a presentation on users, you only have to enter users as keyword, and Evernote Business will show you all notes that you have related to that, but also all your colleagues' notes that are related to the topic. So this, of course, facilitates the decision-making process and also cuts a lot of valuable time, so time that you can then better spend on being innovative.
Cristina Riesen, thank you very much.
Thank you, and see you soon.